Hello, everybody, and welcome to Plot Unknown. Before we go ahead and get started with today's episode, I just wanted to let you guys know that today's show is brought to you by Audible. So Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. All you need to do to go ahead and get started in listening is go to audibletrial.com/plot and go ahead and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs. Again, all you need to do to go ahead and start listening on your commute or during work or whatever is go ahead and go to audibletrial.com/plot. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Plot Unknown. My name is Luke.
My name is Melissa.
I'm Jacob.
And this week, R is for
Raising Arizona.
Okay, Jacob, so welcome.
Hey, how you
You're
doing?
a guest.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Pretty exciting.
You're very welcome. Yeah, I'm sure it's a blast.
It's just so thrilling.
Yeah,
Okay, so what is the movie again?
Raising Arizona. It's a Coen Brothers film. Nick Cage. It's great. It's a good time.
It's the second Nick Cage. Second showing of Nick Cage.
I'm not happy about it. And
I'm
you said
great.
it was from 1987?
Yeah.
That's
late 80s.
fucking old.
Hey man, when you
It's
got
not that old.
it's not that old. It's only
That's pretty old.
5 years older than me.
Yeah, you're
Math?
fucking
You're
old.
old.
I know.
Okay, so Raising Arizona.
I feel like I might know what it's about, but I could also be mixing it with another movie, which I do often. So
Okay, that's
I
fair.
think I could take a guess
Uh-huh.
just because I know you. And I know your interests.
I think you're thinking too deeply into it.
I think you are thinking
You
too
think I'm
deeply.
thinking too deeply?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
This movie came from, I mean, I got shown it as like a 10-year-old by my brother, and I was like, this is hilarious. So
shit. Well, okay.
It's a
All right,
funny movie?
yeah, in a like really dry kind of weird way.
Like a Coen Brothers way.
Yeah, like a Coen Brothers way.
Okay.
That's fine. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and take 5 minutes, and Melissa and I are gonna try to write a pot.
Yeah, because we haven't seen it.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm trying to think.
Do y'all get to
no.
look at like the cover or something? Do y'all
Nope.
get like,
No.
oh, you don't even get to do that?
No.
No.
Oh, you're gonna have no idea then.
Okay. Let me go ahead and set this up. Jacob, you know how this show works, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to go ahead and tell our audience how the show works?
Do you want to give him the spiel?
So, y'all get to make up a plot based on the name. I thought you get to look at the cover, but guess not. That's unfortunate. Then you're gonna get to talk about your plot. I'm gonna get to laugh internally because y'all are gonna not even be close. Or externally. We'll see what happens.
Both.
Or you could get this spot on and I will be in total shock.
Again, I think I don't think it's right, but I think I just mixed it up with another movie, but
Yeah.
gonna be
She's gonna
good.
write the plot to Rocky.
fuck you. Fuck you.
You know, it wouldn't be that far off. I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm gonna write the plot to Rocky then. So thank you, Jacob.
What's that smell?
We don't always smell this way, Miss McDonough. I was just explaining to your better half here that when we were tunneling out, we happened to hit the main sewer line. Dumb luck, that. And we followed that
You
to...
mean you busted out of jail?
No, ma'am. We released ourselves on our own recognizance.
What Devil here is trying to say is that we felt the institution no longer had anything to offer us. My Lord, he's cute.
He's a little outlaw. You can see that high.
Now, listen, you folks can't stay here.
We sincerely hope you enjoyed that clip.
Yeah, now it's me turn.
Yes, now it's me turn.
It's me turn. Okay, y'all ready for this?
Yes.
This is short because I couldn't think of anything else, but it's to the point.
Okay.
Okay? Nick Cage is married to a woman, and they live in a pretty bland life. Wait. Whoa. I
Strike that.
added some words into there.
Okay.
Okay, Nick Cage is married to a woman, and they live a pretty bland lifestyle in the suburbs of a city in Arizona, like Phoenix or something, because that's the only city I know in Arizona, apparently. Until they decide to kidnap a baby and raise it as their own. Nick's wife can't have kids, and they don't want to pay for a surrogate, so they decide to kidnap a baby and name it Arizona. Hence Raising Arizona.
In Arizona.
In Arizona. That's, yeah. It's just a bunch of...
Doubling down on the Arizona.
All Arizona, all the time. They also drink Arizona teas.
Gross.
And since they have kidnapped a baby, they are basically running from the law because it's very illegal to kidnap a baby. So they're what?
This was pretty frowned upon.
Yeah, I would believe so. So they're trying to raise a baby while running from the law, which causes some obvious shenanigans to arise, but with a serious tone to it. I said dry humor, as Jacob described the Coen Brothers movies. And that's about it. It's just a bunch of shenanigans, but
Okay.
in a serious yet funny tone.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
taking it a little bit literally, but hey,
I like the take.
thank you.
My turn. Raising Arizona. 1987. Arizona. Two men enter a diner, one of which is Nicolas Cage, and sit down and discuss how are they going to make enough money to get out of the state.
Scene by scene? Is this what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know why they want to get out of the state. I just know they do. So they found a company that will allow them to sell knives door to door and take a percentage of the profits. That's right.
What?
Cutco. Neither of these guys understand what a scam is, so they're all hungry for the idea. Fast forward to a month later, and they're all out of money and only have a bunch of knives. From there, we see them try to sell the knives to no avail, so they just have no money and a bunch of fucking shitty knives. But we see a poster for an upcoming city council election. Now, again, these guys aren't smart, so they see that and they figure that winning an election is A, easy, and B, politicians make a lot of money, right? Because they get bribed. As they mess up at every turn trying to start a campaign and actually win, they somehow come out on top and win the election for a city council. In office, and as the movie ends, we see them try and get bribes from companies that want absolutely nothing to do with them. All hope is lost, and out of money once again, they stop going to work altogether. The re-election comes around, and they win, and then we see them somehow make it to Congress, and the rest is history.
Have you ever considered a career in screenwriting?
You know what? I have.
Since last week, I was pretty certain that you should take a dive into screenwriting.
Hey, I think that's good.
Where?
You just shit that out in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
And here I am
Hey,
with my
here
fucking 2-paragraph bullshit story.
Listen, I started, I was like, diner.
Where did that come from? Like, where?
I don't know. I started, honestly,
I don't know.
I wrote down that they were going to be Cutco salesmen, and then I was like, what happens to Cutco salesmen? They run out of money because they're all broke. And then
It just made me think about the episode of SpongeBob where they were selling chocolate.
yeah, except they try to go into politics after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SpongeBob
That's
for
exactly
president.
it. This is
SpongeBob for
that
president.
is the
SpongeBob
episode.
2020. Wait. When's it
Yes,
next?
2020.
Oh,
Yeah, that's next year.
Okay.
thank God, dude. We gotta get that motherfucker out of the office.
What, Squidward?
Yeah, Squidward. We gotta get that motherfucker out of the
Yeah,
office.
Squidward out,
SpongeBob
SpongeBob in.
references.
Yep.
I get them.
Yay.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, Jacob's
we're
never
gonna-
fucking Jacob has never seen SpongeBob, right?
Nope.
That's messed up.
Yo.
I mean, I've seen episodes, but I wasn't a Nick kid.
That's so stupid. That's so dumb. All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and go eat some Cece's Pizza. Not sponsored, but I wish
CC's
we were
Pizza,
sponsored by
please
CC's.
sponsor us.
Give them a call.
Also,
We'll talk to him
CBBs.
there. We'll ask to talk to the manager.
Hell yeah.
Excuse me, would you like to
Sponsor
our
podcast?
It's a great business opportunity.
Hey.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you. Watch this next clip.
You know-
Listen
no,
to this next clip.
no.
And we'll be back soon.
Need a beer, Glenn?
Does the Pope wear a funny hat?
Yeah, Glenn, I guess it is kind of funny.
Say, that reminds me. How many Polacks take to screw up a light bulb?
I don't know, Glenn. One?
Nope, takes 3. Wait a minute, no, I told him wrong. Here, I'm starting again. How come it takes 3 Polacks to screw up a light bulb?
I don't know, Glenn.
Because they're so darn stupid.
Before we return you to today's program, we just want to remind you that today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/plot and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a title free today and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/plot to get started today. So why Audible? Audible's content includes an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original shows, news, comedy, and more from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, and entertainers. To give you a little taste of what I'm listening to David Lynch's Catching the Big Fish, Meditation, Consciousness, and Creativity, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm listening to it at work, on my commute, while I'm doing chores, and all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to take my recommendation. That's the beautiful thing about it. With your free book, with your trial membership, you can pick anything in Audible's content libraries and pick that and have that for free. So again, just go ahead and go to audibletrial.com/plot. That is audibletrial.com/plot for your free audiobook. And again, we just want to go ahead and thank Audible once again for sponsoring our show today. And now we're going to go ahead and return you to the show. All right, everybody. We've watched the movie. You've listened to the second of 2 clips. And now we're here to give you a little summary and discuss.
All right. This is from Anthony on IMDb. It's a story of Ed, a policewoman who falls in love with Hi while she's taking his mugshots. She's infertile and he's a habitual robber of convenience stores. And their folksy marital bliss... Wow. Depends on settling down with a rugrat. Unable to conceive, they kidnap one of the most newsworthy quintuplets born to an unpainted furniture huckster named Nathan Arizona. A Harley-riding bounty hunter gets on their trail, and things start to get dangerous.
So I'll kind of lead off here, I think. The first thing I noticed... Actually, not even the first thing I noticed. Jacob, I think the first thing I said to you, and also Maddie, was like, this is like if Tommy Wiseau was a good director, I think. It's like a bad movie gone good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or it's like a good idea gone bad, but somehow still worked out.
Yeah, because it's the Coen brothers, and they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
But
I just keep thinking about
it's
SpongeBob.
Weird. Yes, because SpongeBob, the biker man.
The biker man reminded me of SpongeBob.
Is the guy with the big boots.
Yeah, the big boots
in the SpongeBob movie.
The first SpongeBob movie, yeah. Wait, we need to talk about our plot summaries.
Yes.
Specifically mine and how good it was.
No, specifically mine and how good mine was.
Yeah, but
not
mine
related to the movie, but just good.
Mine was good because I got it right. I fucking
Yeah.
knew it. I knew it. I just assumed. I feel like I
better, though.
heard that name before, so I just kind of paired it with something that I thought would be correct, and it was.
It was entertaining.
What,
Mine.
my plot? Fuck you.
I mean,
Yours was accurate. I'd probably give yours like a. I don't remember yours.
I'd give it
to
like
be
a
honest with
7
you.
out of 10
I was gonna say
Thank
a
you.
7 as well, but I
Thank
don't
you.
remember yours. I'd give mine a 0. Well, no, I
Yes.
said Nick Cage
Obviously.
was one of the guys.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No. You get a 0.
No. You weren't.
You
like,
thought it was
got
about
nothing.
knife salesmen.
Knife salesmen turned politicians.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally none of that was in the movie.
These
Like,
people are
not even
dumbasses.
close.
They're not even like relatively smart.
I'm gonna give myself like a 2.
No,
I
you're
think
not.
that's
You're gonna
wrong.
give yourself a 0.
It's 2 weeks in a row. I get a fucking 0.
Well,
2 weeks in a row.
Maybe you should
Fucking be better then, man.
You should stop with your fucking
What?
fucking
Yes, my art.
script writing and just think about what the name could be.
I mean,
I'm being profiled against.
I mean, to your benefit, you wrote a good screenplay.
Yeah.
But holy shit, was it wrong?
Well, I don't take criticism from anybody. So now let's move on to criticizing this movie.
That was a phenomenal segue.
Very good.
Fucking dumb.
And
You're
by
just
very
mad
good, I
'cause
mean
I-
I actually kind of thought it was just okay.
I really liked it.
That surprises me, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it because I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. It's just like you can tell it's an early Coen Brothers movie,
Yeah.
rather than like a Big Lebowski or a Fargo or something like that.
I noticed one of the things I noticed that was
There's a cat, if you can hear
holy
jingle
shit,
jangling
fucking
about.
balls are jingling. What I noticed that you could tell that it was really early was that like newer Coen Brothers movies use light more than they did in this movie. There wasn't really any like lighting. Can y'all stop?
I'm just watching the cat. She's fucking around, bro.
I mean,
But yeah, there wasn't really any like. I mean, I didn't see any like. because you think in like Oh Brother Where Art Thou, they used like the fucking like all like the oranges and yellows.
Yeah.
And this movie there was a lot of blue, but it wasn't really like
In
significant.
Fargo, everything was washed out.
Yeah. You could
This-
just tell this was early.
It just looked like
That doesn't mean it wasn't good.
it looked like they really nailed the period that they were going for. You know, like it looked like all of the colors and everything like that looked like, I guess, like 70s or 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I guess that works out. It was, yeah. You look like you wanted to say something, Jacob.
I mean, to be completely honest with y'all, I picked this movie in the hopes that y'all would hate it and just destroy it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think
mean-
it was terrible. I just don't. It's not like my cup of tea. I think.
I
think
liked it.
I like other Coen Brothers movies much more than this one.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's hard to classify this as a true Coen Brothers movie though, because it's
I
just
agree because
so
like
different.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that I've always we've taken Melissa and I talk about this all the time. We've taken 2 film classes between both of us.
I'm taking a second one right now, so
That's true. We will have taken 2.5 film classes between both of us. But I've like always watched a bunch of like video essays about movies and stuff like that. And anytime I see the Coen Brothers, I always see the way that they like direct dialogue and how like they cut between people talking. And I feel like that has stayed the same through all of the Coen Brothers movies that we watched. But it just feels like this one is so uncohesive almost. Like it feels like it's just kind of jumbled together.
I mean, it could be argued that they were trying to do that though, because I mean, the characters in this movie were idiots. Like they weren't like the smartest people in the world. So the way that they cut between the dialogue and the way that they cut between shots was very almost dumb.
yeah.
Like in the way they filmed it, just like it seemed like there was a guy with a with a little
Holy shit.
handheld camera just running around after these guys while they're
Yeah.
running through a house.
It seemed very hectic a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Like and all the chase scenes and like the fight scenes.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them
I
fight
was gonna
scenes,
well,
but
I was gonna
it's very
specifically
hectic.
say that like the big chase scene with HI where he's running through the house to get away from the cop.
Yeah. The dogs.
That is so all of those camera movements are so fast that you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that was the point.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm agreeing with Melissa. Like, it's all that I think is all hectic, but I'm talking about more the story. I think is so uncohesive. Like, for the first probably third of the movie where they're just talking about, you know, here's HI or Hi or fucking they call them both. It doesn't matter.
Herbert.
Yes, Herbert and Ed. They take a kid, and then he has that dream of like, I guess the stand-in for Satan.
No, that was the biker.
Well, I know, but I'm
But
saying
the-
like figuratively,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be Satan or whatever.
Yeah, I got you.
And after that, it's like he's chasing the John Goodman and the other guy, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like their whole kind of destinies are, I guess, intertwined, right?
Yeah.
Because like they're one and the same. I don't know. I just thought it was the story was all kind of jumbled. And it was just so hectic because one minute Ed is crazy and wants to have this child no matter what, and then the next it's all gone and she's like, no, you can take it, we're good.
But movies like that back in that kind of time period, they were just nuts. Like they were masterpieces, but the majority of the movies that came out in like early to late 80s were just a complete clusterfuck.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what
I
makes
get
them
that.
likable, though.
Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of movies like that I used to watch that I love.
Yeah.
But
I get that. And you know the other, like you kind of talked about how it doesn't really feel like a Coen Brothers movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the comedy does.
oh
Because
yeah.
I think that the comedy
yeah.
is still kind of, at times it's really subtle, and then at times it's really over the top.
Yeah. I love that. I love the Coen Brothers humor. I think it's,
See, I don't
so
like
great.
that part of their humor. I like the subtle stuff, but like two guys sitting in a car screaming at each other while they're trying
That's
to chase
fucking
down a
funny,
dog.
dude. No, that's
I can't. I don't
funny.
know.
Okay, so I think that's funny because of the subtlety of a lot of their humor, right? Like, one of the things that they've done that Melissa and I have kind of noticed, I think, throughout the 3 movies now that we've watched of the Coen Brothers, is that they use a lot of repetition in their humor, right?
Yes.
They'll just have actors repeat lines and over and over and over and over, and that's the joke. And I think that the kind of subtle stuff like that builds up to the dumb slapstick humor of John Goodman and this dude being covered in blue paint screaming for the kid.
God, I think that's so funny. I just love, like, it's just supposed to be ridiculous, and that's what it is, and that's what makes it funny. I love that. I find humor in it. But to piggyback off what you said earlier, you were saying how, like, Ed she didn't want, like, she, like, really wanted the baby and then didn't want the baby anymore. Like, I don't think that's what happened. Like, obviously, like, she really wanted the baby in the first place, but it's not that she didn't want the baby anymore and she was like, let's give it back. It was just that she realized what they had done.
Yeah.
And they went and, like, gave it back, and she was just like, let me look at it one more time. Like, let me look at the baby one more time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was a bad example. I just think the pacing, I think saying uncohesive was probably the wrong word. I think the pacing was really weird.
That's fair. That's very fair, I think.
Because yeah, that's what I'm going to say that, and I'm going to stand by that. The pacing in this movie is weird. The story makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that there was stuff that they could have added to it. It was only an hour and a half, so it's pretty.
Yeah, it's a really short movie.
It feels
It
like
seems
it lasts
long.
forever.
Yeah.
In a podcast series where I think the last like 3 or 4 movies we've watched have been like 2 hours long or like 2 hours and 10 minutes long each.
God.
Like, it seems just so short, and I think that that's part of the reason why I had a problem with the pacing.
Yeah, there was definitely some cuts to where you're like, wait a minute, how'd we get here?
Yeah, some of them just didn't seem. I mean, I will say, like, some of it didn't seem cohesive. Like, they would, like, shove. I get it in, like, the long run, but it felt like they would just, like, shove those scenes of the biker in there so you would remember him.
That's kind of what
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
specifically like meaning is that
Yeah.
all of the biker stuff just felt weird.
Yeah.
And I understood it, but it just felt weird.
It's like they were trying to not give him a backstory to make him more like ominous, like, ooh, here comes the bounty hunter man.
Yeah.
And it kind of got lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I think personally, I think the best thing in this movie is like the introduction, kind of.
It was so long. Holy shit.
Well, yes, it was very long, but like when he goes to prison like 3 times and it just has that dude who's growling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes from the first time he's in prison he growls, the second time he growls, and then the third time he's like humming and whistling and everything. Man.
And you got that guy laying in the bunk talking about his mom
making
crawdads
and,
without.
And then the last time he's like, yeah, I put the crawdad in the pan
Without the
I
water.
didn't put it in water. I was like making
popcorn.
Yeah, I mean that's a great, like, that whole sequence was just so good, and
Yeah.
all of the stuff with Ed in that little first part. But I just think that the rest of the movie, not even the rest of the movie, probably the majority of the second half. Not even second half, like
Okay.
last 3 quarters. I'm sorry, last 3 quarters of that movie just don't like reach the height that introduction did.
Yeah.
I could see that. They could have just made it into, like, a short film.
Or just added more shit.
Yeah.
So what are the other Coen Brothers movies you've seen during this?
Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
What?
Wait.
No.
What?
Yes, the Big
You did that
Lebowski
in
is
this podcast series?
We
No,
haven't
not in
seen
this
it.
podcast.
Holy
My
shit.
bad, my bad,
No,
my
we've
bad.
seen Fargo and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes, Fargo and Oh Brother Art Thou.
I would love for because my favorite Coen Brothers movie is No Country for Old Men. I mean,
love
I
that
would.
movie.
We're probably gonna
We're
do
gonna
that
do
next
that.
season because I haven't seen that movie.
And I've seen it. I would
And
love
you
to
want
do
to talk
it.
about something that's like you see this movie and you see that and you're like, what in the hell happened? But it's just, I think that's their masterpiece.
So
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie, so I can't compare it.
Yeah.
But I think that, like we were saying earlier, the
can't
humor
compare
in
those.
this movie compares a lot to stuff that we've seen in Big Lebowski and Fargo. And
We haven't seen Big Lebowski.
Oh, okay, I'm talking in general. In general, like in all of the
I haven't
Coen
seen
Brothers movies,
All right.
Big Lebowski humor, Fargo humor, Oh Brother Where Art Thou humor, very similar to this movie.
Yeah.
I think that the dialogue is also very similar in this movie. And actually, I think a lot of the cinematography, like the way the movie is kind of shot.
If you disagree, Jacob, you can chime in. I see your faces. Cause
Yeah, you can.
I don't know. I think the dialogue in this is, I don't think it's similar to Fargo.
Well, no,
all.
I'm not saying the dialogue itself, but I'm saying the
Just
way
style of
the way
writing.
the scenes are set up, where the shots that the dialogue has,
I gotcha. Yeah.
like the framing of it all, I think is similar.
I disagree on that.
Yeah, I don't know about all that noise.
Cause I what are you doing?
What are you saying?
I say like I think the writing is really similar, and I can see that it's the Coen brothers. Like I see it, but the thing that like you can tell that. What's that? I'm hearing noises.
I know, I have too. It freaked me out.
The thing that I noticed that you can tell they have grown with their cinematography is it's so different.
Yeah.
I mean, I like honestly when the movie first started, I had to look up if you were wrong because I genuinely didn't think it was the Coen brothers.
Yeah, I had to check again last night.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like
You're not in
it's
cinematography,
like a
so you
baby
wouldn't
version
know.
of stuff that they've done before. I feel like it's a baby version. Like I feel
Well,
like
it's
they've
like one of their
grown, but I
first-
feel like
exactly.
the roots
Movie.
are still there. I feel like you can still tell
what we're saying.
visually that it's a Coen Brothers
I
movie.
guess. But not, I mean, visually maybe, but not with their artistry and how they like direct and everything.
I think they're. I don't know. Do they? I would like to see who actually shot their films. Like if they use the same guy after a certain point,
I don't know.
because that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
That's out of the scope of this podcast.
That's fair.
That's
I
true.
understand.
The whole gimmick is that
I
we
don't
don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I bet Justin was a lot of fun then.
He was, because he got us
Blast.
like on a roll. He got us talking about shit that like we didn't even think of, or I guess we did. But one thing I want to say is I think one of the main reasons I really like this movie is that like my like I don't want to say hatred, but my dislike of Nick Cage as an actor vanished because I thought he was awesome in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we haven't
Wow.
talked about. I think that the reason that he's great in this movie is because he's crazy. Like he's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
It made
And
me
I think that
forget
his
that
character is also. I don't think his character is crazy, but I think his character is just so sporadic and just weird that his personality fits perfectly in that.
Yeah. I still think Holly carried the movie. Holly Hunter. Ed. All right,
okay.
cool. Good talk.
No, I know who you're
she's
talking
great.
about.
She's great. Yeah, actually, no,
I mean, Nick Cage definitely, like, this is the kind of role that he needs. He needs that kind of
Yeah,
just like
so
pure
I think
chaos
that
role.
I think
like-
he can act while he's being crazy, but when he's like trying to be serious, he can't act.
as we saw in National Treasure.
Yeah.
Whoa, do not bash that movie. It is pure perfection.
See, that's what I
Pure
said.
Perfection.
So I think that she probably is like the foundation of this movie's acting, and also John Goodman, because name a single movie John Goodman is bad in.
None.
I'll wait for the
Nothing.
answers because
Y'all
there
have
isn't
heard of Monsters Inc? He was no.
one. Wow, I always forget that he.
Yeah, he was in.
oh my
Monsters, Inc.
God, he
movie.
plays.
Oh, no one else got. Oh, he's
Wait,
I
Sully.
forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that she, like, those two probably were the rocks of the movie in terms of acting, and then I think that Nick Cage like adds the personality to it.
Yeah.
Because I think that if you just had any old actor as Nick Cage's character, it's just boring. But he's so bizarre. Like he's just a weird dude, and I think that he brings a personality to that character that you probably wouldn't have gotten out of anybody else.
What I was trying to say earlier was that like I forgot that it was Nick Cage. Like he was so into the character of that like craziness that I forgot that it was him because it was like good. It wasn't bad. Like his National Treasure. Sorry guys.
Also, this might
Sorry.
this
sorry,
might be
sorry.
an unpopular opinion,
Probably
but I thought his hair was
Oh,
amazing.
Phenomenal hair.
Yeah.
the entire movie.
His unibrow. Beautiful.
He had a unibrow?
It was thick enough.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
It was definitely thick enough.
Yeah, because you have one too, boy.
I'm cutting that shit out this podcast
can't
real
cut
fast.
Wait a
It ain't
minute.
even making it through the final cut. It ain't even making it through the
No,
damn
you
final
gotta
cut.
fucking put
It's
it in
gone.
there.
We're
I
ending
roasted
we're
your
ending
ass.
this right now.
Wait a minute. It doesn't even like you can't even no.
Oh, get up there, boy. Get up there.
Thank
you
you,
see that
Jacob.
shit.
No,
No,
let's
no.
move on. What
So,
else do you want to talk about with this movie?
One thing that I want to defend with this style of movie and this era of movies, because I feel like they get a bad rap as being really, really bad. But movies like this, some other like really fun movies that I like, a lot of Kurt Russell movies, Escape from New York, Big Trouble. Let me think here. The Burbs, best Tom Hanks movie ever made. They get a bad rap at being bad, but if you watch them more than once, especially this one, like you start picking up on one-liners and like just moments where you're just like, holy crap, that is just brilliant writing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that goes unnoticed in today's world.
I think that Big Trouble is a good example of that.
You've seen that movie?
Yes. This isn't a podcast about Big Trouble, so I don't really want to go into it. But I think that that's a good example of this, and this whole like kind of
Style of movie.
Yes, style of movie. Like, oh man, this is back to our two film classes coming in. Like the whole like film brat kind of stuff, and when Steven Spielberg started really getting his work in and stuff like that, I feel like that kind of style, I don't remember if this is that era. I don't think it is, but I think that whole kind of style is prevalent throughout this entire thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those movies, so I'm not gonna chime in.
That's fair.
They're all phenomenal. Tom Hanks doesn't recognize that he was in that movie, and it hurts my soul because I love it so much.
A lot of like 80s movies are very similar in the way they're like, I don't know,
The way they're shot and everything.
Yeah.
This is also a late 80s movie, so
Yeah.
You could definitely start seeing some of the stuff that you would see in the 90s pop up in this movie.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
One thing that I want to say, another thing, I had two things on my mind. One of them was Nick Cage, and the other one is this one. That, I mean, I don't know if it's all Coen Brothers films, but you can notice similarities, like not similarities, but like the same things used in each like different movie. Like the Royal Crown pomade that was in this movie is also used
and also
in
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Let this
Luke,
poor
thank
woman
you.
finish her sentence.
God,
You are
I'm sorry,
talking
guys.
so
I was
damn
just-
much. Like I'm trying to
I
talk.
was just trying to chime in. And
This
have
is
my-
like
You
every-
talked the entire time.
Wow, I feel like I'm just everyday life here with them again.
What? Oh, Sam wants to say something.
Luke, shut the fuck up.
that
you,
shit
Sam.
is gone.
Nah, bitch.
I am the editor of this podcast.
I'm the
and it is
producer
gone.
now, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
All right, I'll send you the files. You can edit it. You want to do that? That's what I fucking thought.
Luke's just getting fucking pissy because we're right.
No, okay, keep going.
Damn.
None of this is staying
Look
in.
at
I want
Sam
you guys
said
to know
because he
that.
got a
Sam straight up hijacked
unibrow.
this freaking podcast.
This is so funny. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, Royal Crown pomade was in this movie, and it was also later on in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's a
feel
nice
like-
little homage, if you would say.
I mean, most directors have their little stamp that they put
Listen.
on. Okay, you're
Well, it's
right.
I just
I'm
wanted
wrong.
to.
Goodbye.
No. I just wanted to point it out because I thought it was fun.
I was agreeing with
Thank
you.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
All right.
I feel uncomfortable now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
go home.
think no, you're right, Melissa. It's a nice little homage to a previous film they did,
Yeah.
and obviously we know that this movie came out in '87, and that Oh Brother, Where Art Thou came out in 2000. I think we said.
Was it really?
Yeah. So it's when Melissa says homage, she means Oh Brother, Where Art Thou to
Yeah, 'cause,
this movie.
Yep.
But it's also nice that they made such.
Sam said, "Luke's mansplaining."
I don't want to do this podcast anymore. Sam, do you want to host this
I like
podcast?
Sam being here. It's
No,
funny.
you get your own episode in a little bit.
That's
Get out
true.
of here.
Oh my God, you're gonna get crucified by them.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna beat Sam's ass.
So, but I think that it's nice that in like I don't know how to explain this.
Okay.
In Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, the whole pomade part is a pivotal point of the movie.
It's shown many a time.
Like, and that movie's based on the Odyssey or whatever. I don't
Yes.
know shit about the Odyssey.
I don't either.
But it's a pivotal point in the movie.
not know that.
And I think that it is also a pivotal point in this movie.
The pomade?
Yes, because that's how like that whole tracking
The
gets started.
SpongeBob Bootman.
Yeah, SpongeBob Bootman
wish I
like
got
finds
that
them
reference.
through that. Too bad. He finds them through that. So
Yeah.
I think that it's really cool to have two like parallel kind of things like that, and also the exact same brand and everything. So technically, if we
Yeah.
want to get in all this fucking like
Maybe they're connected.
Quentin Tarantino
Woo,
shit,
woo, woo.
these movies are set in the same world.
Ah!
Or we could just be really, really
I mean,
shallow in its
maybe.
product placement.
I don't think that's a real product, but
What,
think
that brand or pomade?
That brand?
that brand, there are multiple. You don't do product placement for a general thing. I don't say, hey guys, we're
Would you like
sponsored
that
by
ice
corn today. Thanks, corn. Not the band, but like the vegetable.
Vegetable corn.
Thanks, everybody. Is there anything else you guys want to add to this movie? Or are
No,
we
I
all
think
good?
that was it. I had
I'm
those 2
actually-
points.
I'm actually glad y'all enjoyed it. I'm not kidding. I genuinely picked this hoping
I
y'all
think
would
you'll
smash it.
be a little bit disappointed by my rating, but I
Oh, I don't care what you rate it.
okay.
Luke?
Well, speaking of ratings,
Yep.
Melissa, you start because
No.
I haven't actually thought. I'm still deciding between two numbers in my head, so you go first.
I was no, I don't want to say what I was originally thinking, but I think I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. I was thinking originally 8, but after the movie's done, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I really did like it. I liked it a lot. It had a lot of heart to it, so I enjoyed it.
Jacob?
I have a. I'm gonna go with 8.
Okay.
Just because there's obviously a lot of shit wrong with it, but it's entertaining, and
8's
I feel
high,
like
dude.
that's how I rate movies. If they entertain me.
This is gonna seem low, but I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Ouch.
That's not that low. See,
It's
okay.
but it's
It
no
is
for
for
our
us.
podcast. It's low.
Okay.
The lowest I have is a 4, and then the next lowest is a 6. So this is the third lowest movie that
Mine's a
we've
5.
seen.
See, I could go on an entire podcast yelling at how I hate movie rating systems, but I'll hold.
we
my
don't
tongue.
have a
It's all
system.
subjective.
I know.
We
I'm not saying
acknowledge
just
it's all
like
subjective.
It's just the fact that people think like, oh, 6.5, that's bad. That means like that's above the average. Like if you're rating it out of 10, 5's average. It's above average.
Yeah, I think it's better if you look at it in context to other things that you've rated. Because like the reason I kind of rate stuff, like I rated Drive, I think an 8 or a 9. So like
we both give it a 9.
That's a 10 out of 10
So-
for me.
it's got to be lower than that.
Oh yeah.
Granted, this also is lower than National Treasure. So what does that say about me?
You love Nick Cage.
I do love Nick Cage, and I
love
love Nick
shitty
Cage's
Nick Cage.
serious roles more than his foolish roles.
You think okay. I'm not
So
even
Melissa,
gonna-
would you recommend this movie to
Absolutely.
a friend?
I would absolutely recommend it to a friend. I think it's a good time. It's a short movie, but it feels long, which can't always be that great. But
See, I
think it was good.
thought it felt short.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
didn't.
I think it was jam packed, full of craziness, and I appreciated it.
It's a good rainy day movie.
Jacob, I'm going to
Yeah.
assume you'd recommend it to a friend because you
I mean, I
recommended
brought
it
it
to
here.
us.
Yeah, you didn't bring shit.
I would recommend it to a
Fight
friend.
me.
Maddie, would you recommend it to a friend?
She
said no.
Maddie
Maddie,
hates this
What would
movie.
you
like
give it?
it?
What are you giving it?
Oh, I didn't like
What's
it.
your rating?
Like a 4.
A 4?
This is bad.
That's pretty low.
What's your
Thanks.
favorite movie?
Favorite movie
That's
is
a
I don't
What's
know.
one of your
answer.
favorite movies? Just give one.
Come on.
All right, there it
Oh.
is.
This
There
is
it is,
the
guys.
end.
All
Oh,
right,
yikes.
this is the end. Now we know
Oh,
where Maddie's
yikes.
at. Okay.
All right. Well, shit. Okay, Melissa, where can you listen to our podcast?
You can listen to our podcast on Spotify and iTunes Podcast, as well as Stitcher. We have a website in which you can also listen to our podcast. It's plot-unknown.pinecast.co.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, we're probably on a bunch of other sites, but those are the 3 like bigger ones.
Yeah, pretty much wherever you can get your podcast outside of Google Play.
Google Play
We'll
hates
be there.
us, so everyone else.
It's my fault, but whatever. So in terms of social media, you can find us on Instagram at Plot Unknown, Twitter Plot Unknown,
Pot unknown.
Plot Unknown Pod. Facebook is just Plot:_Unknown. I don't think we have any other social media. I think that's it.
I had to drink. I'm sorry.
So Melissa,
Yeah.
next week is S.
Yeah,
That's how the
What do you
alphabet
have
works.
in store for S? Give us a little hint.
it's an indie movie. It's definitely on Netflix. It has been for a while. Sam, fuck off. It's a good movie. I don't remember who's in it. You'll recognize
Sam
him.
hates everything but Mission Impossible.
I hate Mission Impossible.
You can't hear yourself. Okay, Melissa. So
Anyway,
Keep
indie
going.
movie. It's on Netflix. Yeah, it starts with an S. I don't remember the names of the people that are in it, but you'll recognize at least the main character. It's a good movie. It's good. It's a good one.
okay.
Yep.
Cool. So coming up, we have a couple,
One,
We have
two.
two more guests this season, and then next season we're getting some more. And then
Looking at you, Maddie.
yes,
Uh-huh.
I think that's it.
Yeah, we have a guest for T and a guest for W.
Yes,
That's Sam who's in the room. Say hi. Pussy.
No, don't give him he's gonna talk for 40 minutes.
Thanks for listening to the #1 Nick Cage podcast on the internet.
You know that's true. Actually, we're gonna rebrand. We're no longer Plot Unknown. We are Nick Cage Unknown.
We just watch all Nick Cage movies.
Nick Uncaged.
Nick Uncaged. Wow,
If that doesn't
is
make the final
best thing
cut,
you
I'm gonna kill
contributed.
somebody.
That is great.
Wow.
Nick Uncaged.
Look at
All
the
right,
spike
well,
in the audio.
well, everybody, thank you for listening to Nick Uncaged. We'll be back
With the
next
letter
week
S.
with what's a Nick Cage movie that starts with S? National Treasure 2. Super National Treasure. Thank you, everybody.
God almighty.
We'll be back next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.